allow yourself to be who you are. Today is about a very hot topic. Today is about a thing that it seems that everyone at a point in her life or his life gets to this question, to this topic, and finds it a lot of time very challenging to get an answer. It's about your passion. It's about what you love to do, what you like to do, things you forget your time, you just don't care about any outcome, any result, you just care about what you do. So I ask myself a million times, how can I find my passion? How can I find something that I love to do? And the second question was, how can I make money out of it, or can I live out of it? So let's get to the question of passion. How can you find your passion? Maybe you're a person that has a lot of interests and does a lot of stuff and has the feeling of having no time. Or you're a person that just keep thinking about what you like to do or love to do, but don't act on it. Or you're overwhelmed of thinking too much. Or you didn't ask yourself the question at all of your passions. How can you find it? What are your passions? And no matter which state you're in, I want to share what helped me along my journey to find my passions, to act on them, and to make a life out of it. And what are the challenges that can face you on your way to following your passions. So, the first thing that was most important to me is to act on the things that you're interested in. I love playing piano. Oh my god, I love it so much. I don't care about the time, I don't care about my surroundings, I don't care about anything when I'm playing the piano. So I play it for 1.5, 2 years now, and if I didn't try it back then, if I didn't say, okay, let's try the piano, I would never be able to make the experience of playing piano. So it's logical, right? If you don't try it, you never know if you like it or not. That doesn't mean that you have to try everything. That doesn't mean that you have to try 1,000 different things. It could be 5 things, or 3, or 2, or maybe if you're lucky it's 1. You know, you try one and you feel it and it's right and you go for it. But what's important is, no matter which personality type you are, you don't have to be extroverted. You don't have to be introverted. It doesn't care, but make sure you act on what may be your passion, what may be interesting for you. Those are things that and maybe you ask yourself, okay, how can I find things that I'm interested in? It happens in your everyday life. You know, you talk to a friend about playing tennis and you say, oh, playing tennis, that would be cool. And you go for it. Most of the people stop at saying, oh, it would be cool, and they never try it. Maybe you're the next tennis legend. Maybe you're the next pianist, awesome guy. Who knows? And how can you know if you never try it? So, one most important thing on how to find your passion is to act on the things that you have the feeling that they could be interesting. A lot of the things won't be your main passion where you make money out of it, and that it's okay. Not every passion you have has to be your main focus in life, and that's okay. There can be passions that you do twice a week or 3 times a week. That's okay. But if you want to find your passions or your passion, it's important that you ask yourself, what am I interested in? What do I like to do without getting tons of money for it? What do I like to do where I don't care about using my time, where I don't care about what other people think, where I don't care about how much money I get out of it? Because your real passions is something that you do even if you don't get money for it. And if you do something and you don't get money for it, and you do it with your passion, and you do it in an authentic way, money will follow. That's why it's so hard at the beginning to do something, because you might not see money, you might not see the crowd following you, but you don't focus your whole attention on how much money can I make right now, because it's your passion. I don't care about money when I'm playing piano. I don't care about how many people are listening when I'm playing the piano. It's okay if there's 10 people standing, it's okay if there are 5 people, it's okay if there's nobody. I don't care. I want the piano, I want to play it, I want to have silence, and that's all I want, you know? Maybe in 5 years I want to make an album, I want to make a song, maybe not. I don't give a fuck right now. Sorry for the fuck. And that's so important. So make sure you act on a daily, weekly, monthly, on a regular basis on finding your passion. And the second thing that helped me was getting away of the distraction and the manipulation you find in the everyday's life to hear the silence you have within you and around you and everywhere. You know, when I think back 3 or 4 years, I used every single second with doing something. I had the computer, and if I didn't have the computer, I had the cell phone, and if I didn't have the cell phone, I had music, and if I didn't have music, I had anything else. So I didn't allow myself to bring silence into my life. When I did that, I think it's a year ago, I started to meditate. No, it wasn't a year ago, but a year ago I started to bring silence into my life on a more regular basis. I realized, there is this inner voice, the intuition, I don't know, it doesn't matter how you want to call it, and this voice can guide me. This voice can tell me if it's a right or a wrong decision, if I should go this way or that way. But I can understand you if you say you don't hear it, or you don't know if it's right or wrong, and you don't know if it's your intuition, if you're distracted your whole day. In any single second, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, you're watching cat videos, funny, fluffy, whatever. You're doing all day, you do, in every single second you do something. And it's okay to do something, don't get me wrong, but it's very distracting if you hop and jump from one thing to another without having 10 minutes a day to bring silence, presence, and awareness into your life. So the second most important thing, or one another important thing, I don't prioritize it, if the word exists, is to be able and act on bringing silence into your life to get a clearer sight and to hear your voice clearer, your intuition. Successful people, and if I mean successful people, I don't talk about the successful people driving in nice cars. I talk about happy, fulfilled, and wealthy from a state of inner peace living people. They bring a lot of silence into their lives. There are people meditating 4 hours a day. I don't do that yet, maybe. And it's amazing, you know? Don't care about those. You don't have to meditate 4 hours a day. But what I mean here is bring silence, bring stillness into your life, and you, after some time, after some practice on a regular basis, you will find, or you will hear, your inner voice speaking to you. So If you want to find your passion, that's for me it was a necessary tool to do. Without those silence, I could never hear myself, or the self that's above me, however you want to call it. I could not hear that. And the third thing, it's also very important, it was important, or it is still important on my journey, is to accept, or to, I don't know, maybe to say prepare mentally to a lot of resistance. If you find your passion, there are not a lot of people that do the same. The majority of people don't follow their passions. The majority of people go in their everyday job, they don't like their job, they don't like their colleagues, they don't like the friends, they don't like their family, they don't like themselves in any way, and they just do it for the money, for the rent, for whatever. And that's okay, I don't judge it, but I don't want to live this way. And if you follow your passions, if you're getting excited, if you're getting pushed and you want to do something, you want to act on it, then you will face a lot of people, maybe your friends, maybe your family, saying, do you think that's right? Don't you want to think again? Maybe you should go into another job. Maybe you should do something else. And that's okay. They don't know better because that's how they live. But be prepared. Even maybe your inner voice tells you, is that the right thing? Because it's new, you know, you doubt yourself maybe sometimes, and that's okay. Just be prepared, and be mentally prepared to have a lot of people. Oh, we have white rain here, you see it? Amazing. To have a lot of people telling you, maybe you have to go in another direction. I can remember the story of my mother. I love my mother. She died last year. She said, I told her, Mom, I want to go traveling. And she said, oh nice, where you want to go? And I said, well, I think of the Dominican Republic, I think of Costa Rica, maybe 4, 5 months, 6 months. And she said, I think it was Costa Rica. She said, oh, she never been to Costa Rica she's never been to Costa Rica, she never heard of Costa Rica. Oh, Chris, isn't Costa Rica the country where it's burning all the time? And I love my mother. I really love her. She's amazing. But she never been to Costa Rica. She hasn't a clue where Costa Rica is. She hasn't a clue about anything about Costa Rica. And she tells me that's a country where it's burning all day, because she's listening to the news, to the media, to the mainstream media every single day for hours, and see burning wood in California or wherever there are, and think that's Costa Rica. That could happen to me. If I tell her I go to Bali, she tells me, oh no, that's a poor country, don't go there. So it's okay that people try to convince you of something else, but just be prepared that maybe some friends, maybe some family members tell you stuff that's really weird. You have to still act on your passions. You have to be brave enough, and I make another videos of that, how to be brave enough, how to find the courage to speak against friends that maybe tell you that you're doing the wrong thing. Just be prepared that there will be a lot of, or can be, doesn't have to, will be a lot of resistance, but I can promise you, I can tell you, I still face it in my life every single day, or not every single day, but on a regular basis. If you overcome the resistance, the results, what you get out of it, not only the feeling, but also in any way, what you get out of it is much more worth than you put into. So it's worth it to be brave enough to have the courage to speak against other people and follow your passion, even if that's a thing that sounds ridiculous. I want to sing in a car and make money out of it. Sounds ridiculous, but it's a way, and you can do it if you have the courage, the bravery, and if you find it's your passion. So that are 3 things that helped me to find my passion. Act on those things that you're interested in. Be prepared for people and resistance in any way. And let silence into your life that you can hear your inner voice clearer. I hope that helps you and inspires you. If you like the video, share it, subscribe the channel down below, and you will see another videos about great stuff. Have a wonderful day.